for second base last time up. This time the count is 1-1 on Jeffries. Jeffries will foul that one back behind him. Now, coming up next, I will double check my schedule here. And got Jeffries looking. Struck him out, and that is strikeout number 5 for Colin. That'll bring up
1 out. Shortstop,
that'll bring up shortstop Cole Smith wearing jersey number 2, and he has been hit by a pitch, and then he was able to get on base. So he's 1 for 1. And coming up next is OCRS against Sperry. Three and 0 the count on Smith. Smith scored a run in the first inning. So SKIATOOK trying to get that lead back. And it looks like Smith, caught the corner. And Colin is battling back, has forced a full count. Smith has to be on his toes on this next pitch. Outside, so he will take his base. That'll bring up Zach Hale wearing 27. Hale playing third base this game. He was walked the first time up in the first inning, and then in the second inning, he flew out to center field. Hale called timeout as Colin was off and on the mound. Right down the pipe. Count is 1-1 on Zach Hale. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out on this inning. We're at the top of the 5th inning. Now 2-1 to count. 2 balls, 1 strike. On first base is Cole Smith, who walked just a moment ago. Pitch outside, so that will bring it to 3 balls, 1 strike on Hale. Hale scored a run after he was walked in the first inning. And that will be ball number 4, so 2 consecutive walks by Colin. Looks like Colin's really trying to work that edge of the plate and either not given a favorable call or ball's just a little out of the range. That'll bring up to bat number 12, Dylan Robinson, the DH for SKIATOOK. First pitch is outside. 1 out, runners on first and second, so Robinson does have runners in scoring position if he can get a base hit. Second pitch out and behind the catcher. That will advance both runners and get them out of a force opportunity. So Colin now struggling after striking out the first batter of this top of the 5th. He's now struggled with the next 3 batters, and he's behind 2-0 on the count right now. fouled off. So that'll pick him up a strike. Cullen checks his runners, and Robinson pokes at this one. He will fly out to the third baseman. That'll be out number 2. So Cullen got him chasing a little bit, and Robinson flies out.
With runners on second and third.
Runners on second and third, still in scoring position. That brings up Josh Ripley. Ripley, your catcher for this game, wearing jersey number 3. Ripley, last time up, struck out, but in the first inning, he had a 2-run RBI. Umpire calls time and backs out. Pitch, caught the corner. So Ripley is behind in the count. He needs to make something work for him here. Swing and a miss. That'll be the second time that Ripley has been struck out, and that'll be out number 3. That'll be all for us in the top of the 5th inning. Stick around, more action to come here at the Fort Gibson Shootout.
We taking charge.
Hey, you should have been here. Yeah, he broke the school record. It was amazing.
Yeah, I saw it. It was amazing.
What do you mean? How did you see it?
It's on Bravado TV.
Let Bravado Wireless keep you connected with unlimited home internet plans starting at just $49.99 per month. Restrictions apply. See store for details. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Big things are happening. As promised, VoLTE is here. VoLTE is voice over LTE, which basically means clearer calls, faster data, and better connections, and upgraded tech for all of our customers. Stay tuned for more updates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection. Plans backed by the golden rule, treating customers like neighbors. No fine print and no bait and switch. Now that's a bold move. Bravado Wireless.
Shootout here at Car Odell Park, home of the Fort Gibson Tigers. We have the Oklahoma Christian Saints up on the SKIATOOK Bulldogs 5-4. Saints up to bat right now is number 1, Jackson Hill. Hill has reached base both times, but unfortunately he's been hit by a pitch both times. He scored once. 1-1 to count on Hill now. Pitch inside. So at least Jackson Hill's gotten further than he did the last 2 appearances, where by this time he was already hit by a pitch. That one will bounce off the ground. Little control problems by Earp. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. This one outside. So for the 3rd consecutive time, Jackson Hill will take his base without swinging the bat.
Base on ball for Hill. With runner on first
That
base.
will bring
No
up
outs.
Wyatt Fitzgerald.
Batters now left fielder Wyatt Fitzgerald. Adcock on deck.
Fitzgerald flew out in the 2nd inning to left field, and this one he's going to give a ride, and it looks like that could be... It is gone. Home run ball by Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald will bring in 2 runs with a swing of the bat right there, and that will push them up to 7-5. Excuse me, 7-4.
2-run home run for
After Fitzgerald's 2-run home run RBI. And we will have a pitching change. As you can see, the coach calling in from the, I guess, bullpen over there. Well, he called in, but no one's coming in. So let's see what SKIATOOK's coach is going to do here. Nope, we will stay with Earp. 7-4 the lead by the Saints. No outs at the at the plate is Drew Adcock wearing jersey number 10,
Drew Adcock.
playing
Gregory
first
on deck.
base for the Saints. And Adcock attempts to bunt and will be fouled back to the catcher for out number 1. That'll bring up Sam Gregory.
1 out. Batters the catcher, Sam Gregory.
Gregory wearing jersey number 8 is the catcher
One on deck.
for this game for the Saints. He had a base on balls last time and then flew out to left field in the 1st inning. He did score in the bottom of the 4th. This one a shot to third base, gobbled up by a third baseman, and he will be thrown out. So a ground out to third base will pick up out number 2.
2 out.
And that will bring up Brandon Orm.
Batters now the right fielder, Brandon Orm.
Orm playing right
Bunker
field
on
wearing
deck.
jersey number 2. Last time up he had a base on balls, and then in the 2nd inning he ground out to shortstop. High pitch inside. Count is 2-0 on Orm. Three and 0. Pitch outside, so Orm will take a base on balls. And that will bring us back to the, bring us up to the
Base
top
on
of the
ball
order.
for Orm, puts runner on first.
Owen
2 out.
Hunter. And
Batters now
Hunter
center fielder, Owen Hunter.
has been, he's
Swan
reached
on
base
deck.
all 3 times, scored a run, but he was hit by a pitch twice. So Hunter with 2 outs, runner on first, trying to add to the Saints lead. This one a swing and a miss, be strike number 1. Pitch outside. 1-1 count is evened up. back behind Hunter. 2 balls, 1 strike, and with the pitch, Orm will advance to second base. Another wild pitch. The catcher couldn't get to it. Orm has now put himself in scoring position on third base with a 3-1 count on Owen Hunter. And Owen Hunter will take base on balls. So Hunter has reached base every time he has come up to bat. That'll bring up Spencer Schwant. Schwant, last time up, had an RBI, reached base, and flew out the other 2 times up. And we will have a pitching change. Let's see who we are bringing in. We're bringing in number 16, Colby Gibson will be coming in. So Gibson will be the new pitcher for SKIATOOK.
Compatible device, it's time to stop by your local Bravado store to see if you are eligible for an upgrade. Any phones older than a Samsung 8, an iPhone 7, or 3G data devices all need to be upgraded.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless.
Welcome back to the Fort Gibson Shootout with a pitching change. Colby Gibson will be the new pitcher for SKIATOOK. SKIATOOK has himself in a hole, 7-4 now, after leading 4-1 early. Up to bat for the Saints is Spencer Schwant. Schwant is 1 for 3 at the plate today. He's flown out twice. Flew out to second base and to left field, and then reached. Last time up was an RBI. This time he's being very patient at the plate. Sprinkles are coming once again. You can see the umbrella starting to pop out in the grandstands. And Schwant takes a swipe at this one, fouls this one back into the parking lot. 2-2 the count. Wind is really picked up now. You can see the flag pulling against the flagpole. Puts this one in play. Shortstop has it and throws him out at first, and that will end the 5th inning as he grounds out to shortstop. And that will bring us to a commercial break as we are now at the top of the 6th inning with the Bulldogs down 7-4. We'll be right back after these messages from Bravado Wireless.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless mobility. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Fort Gibson Shootout.
Leading off the pitcher, Jack.
We are at the top of the 6th inning. Leading off is Joey Jernigan.
That was the wrong team. Oh.
Joey Jernigan, and he has flown out his two trips to the plate. This one trying to put it in play, fouls it back. Jernigan needs to get SKIATOOK rolling as they are down 7-4 to the Saints. This pitch on the corner, so 2-1 now the count. And coming up next will be the OCS Saints versus Sperry. Puts this one in play, gobbled up by the third baseman, and got him. So Jernigan grounds out.
One out.
To the third baseman. That'll be out number 1. That'll bring up Bryson, that'll bring up Colby Gibson. Two balls on Gibson. This will be Gibson's first time to the plate this game. He was brought in as the pitcher. 2-1 now the count on Gibson. Nice cut, but unable to connect. 2-2 now the count on Gibson on his first plate appearance. Gibson puts this one into play. Nearly hit our camera up here in the press box. Holy guacamole. Our camera girl nearly jumped out of her shoes up here. Did it get him watching? Nope, did not. Called ball, so full count now on Gibson, who's already on our bad side, trying to hit our camera up here in the press box. And got him watching. That'll be strikeout number 7 for Colon
2 out.
on the game. That will bring up Remy Johnson. Johnson struck out last time up
Wood on deck.
and reached base and scored his first appearance in the second inning. So he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. This pitch was outside as Johnson was watching. Going to foul this one back out of play. It'll bring the count 1-1. Outside. They say no. So there'll be a 2-1 count as the home plate umpire deferred down to first base. Puts this one into play. Second baseman's going to pluck it out of the air. And that will be out number 3. And that will end the top of the 6th inning as we head to the bottom of the 6th. With the Saints up 7-4, coming up is Jack Cullen, Carter Sterling, and Jackson Hill
Bulldogs
for the
get
Saints.
No runs, no hits, no errors. No men left on base. Lineup for OCS.
Coming up next
Sterling,
will be
Hill.
the Oklahoma Christian Saints versus the Sperry Bulldogs. Sperry Pirates? What was I thinking? Oh, because of SKIATOOK earlier. Okay, I got, or because of SKIATOOK, I got my S's mixed up here. Yeah. So the Sperry Pirates coming up next. And then after that, we'll have Fort Gibson versus Sperry will be our late game. And then action continues tomorrow beginning at 10 a.m. Up to bat is the pitcher for the Saints, Jack Cullen. Cullen has yet to reach the base as he's flown out the last 2 times and ground out in the first inning. So he's 0 for 3
Sterling on deck.
with no runs batted in. This pitch outside. Two and 0 now the count on Cullen. Three 0 now the count. So Cullen can kind of sit back and relax just a minute. Try to get Gibson to come around. He's going to show bunt. And we'll take ball number 4. First time Cullen has reached base. That'll bring up Carter Sterling. Sterling has struck out and flown out twice. Last time up, he flew out
Ball for Cullen.
to third base.
First base.
So Sterling yet to reach the base pass.
Batters now shortstop, Carter Sterling. Hill on deck.
Jackson Hill on deck for the Saints. Gibson still your pitcher for the Bulldogs. Pitch low. 7-4 the lead by the Saints. Bulldogs desperately need to shut down the Saints here and get some runs in this next inning, or we will be have a ball game. Inside pitch, called strike. So Sterling has a 2-1 count on him. Gives this one a ride and going to be snagged by the left fielder. Sterling will fly out to the left field, and that will be out number 1. I'll bring up Jackson Hill. Jackson Hill has been hit by a pitch twice and walked once, so he's reached base all 3 times, scored 2 runs, but has unfortunately not had the best of luck at the plate. Now standing on deck is Wyatt Fitzgerald for the Saints. Ooh, wild pitch back behind Jackson Hill. Way to stay alert. Gives this one right. Center fielder backs, and off the wall, off the green monster down back there in center field. Base runners being waved around and will score as Jackson Hill has an RBI triple. Will push the lead to 8-4.
Brings in a run. We have a runner on third base with 1 out. Now batting is the left fielder, Wyatt Fitzgerald.
1 out, 1 man on base, on third base. Up now is Wyatt Fitzgerald wearing jersey number 16. Playing left field for the Saints this game. Wild pitch, and Jackson Hill thought a moment about coming up. One-0 the count. Foul this one right back up against the screen. Wyatt Fitzgerald has 2 runs and has a 2-run RBI. He is 2 for 3 from the plate today. Very good outing for Wyatt Fitzgerald. Pitch low, maybe a 2-1 count. Puts this one into play, and it will drift foul out behind the Saints dugout. That'll even it up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just on the outside. Full count for Mr. Fitzgerald, who's had a good night at the plate, or a good afternoon at the plate for the Saints. Puts this one into play. Center fielder backtracks. And right fielder ends up coming down with it. Fitzgerald will fly out, but he will get an RBI out of that. And that will bring in Hill to push the lead 9-4. Coming up to bat is Drew Adcock.
2 outs.
Wearing number 10, 2 outs. Adcock is
That is the first baseman, Drew Adcock.
1 for 2 from the plate. He did reach in the 4th inning on an error by the shortstop. And he also scored a run in the 4th inning. Gives this one right, but it will go foul over into the bullpen. Adcock stays alive up there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Last time up in the 5th inning, Adcock did fly out as he was trying to bunt and bunted back, and the catcher was able to snag it. Rips this one right down third baseline. And he will at least have a single. Thought he might try for a double, but he pulled back. So a nice drive of the ball by Adcock to put himself on base. He's now on first base, 2 outs. Bring up Sam Gregory. Gregory playing catcher this game for the Saints. And wearing jersey number 8. Gregory has ground out, reached a base on balls, and flew out in the 2nd inning. So he's 0 for 2 from the plate, but he has reached base and scored a run. This one rips it center field. Center fielder trying to track it down, and it drops right in front of him. He will score. Adcock, as Adcock comes all the way around to score. So Gregory will get an RBI after he drops that one in right in front of center field, and that will push the lead.
RBI single for Gregory, scores a run. So we now have run on first base with 2 outs.
To 10-4. Up to bat now is Brandon Orm. Orm has reached base twice on base on balls and was thrown out on a fielder's choice on 3rd in the 4th inning and ground out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. So he's reached base the last 2 times on a walk. Pitch is high. Nice shot by Orm, but that will go foul over by the bullpen. through the third baseman's glove. No one covering third, and runner will not go as the shortstop finally makes his way over to third base for the Bulldogs. But Orm will reach base after third baseman unable to make the play. I call that one probably too hot to handle. I don't know if I would call that an error.
Orm reaches first on single. Runners on first and second.
That'll bring up Owen
out.
Hunter. Hunter has reached base every time he's been up and scored a run in the first inning.
Schwant on deck.
He was walked last time, hit by pitch in the fourth inning, hit by pitch in the first inning. So Owen Hunter able to get on base. He's 1 for 1 from the plate. Swing and a miss there by Hunter. That'll even up the count 1-1. Pitch outside. (10-4) the score with the Saints in the lead. (2-2) now the count on Owen Hunter. Puts this one into play, a dribbler down to first base. And waiting on the call, it looks like he made it. First baseman fell down, unable to get the transition from the ball. Pitch back to him, so I'm going to put that down as an error on the first baseman.
Infield single for Hunter. Loads the bases. 2 outs. Batters the third baseman.
That will load up the bases. 2 outs. Spencer Schwant coming up to bat. Schwant has an RBI, and then he has reached the base once, so he is 1 for 4 on the game. This one off the tip of the bat, it sounded like. Center fielder tracks it down, and he will fly out to center field to be out number 3, and that will end the bottom of the 6th inning. Folks, we are into our last inning of play. Barring a miracle rally by the SKIATOOK Bulldogs. We'll be right back after this commercial break to the Fort Gibson Shootout.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your local store and make the switch today.
SKIATOOK 4.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Fort Gibson Shootout. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Up to bat is number 11, Cooper Wood, for the SKIATOOK Bulldogs. And they are most definitely need a rally here. New pitcher for the Oklahoma Christian Saints, and that is Hudson Abel. Colon left with 7 strikeouts. Cooper Wood reached base in the 2nd inning and then ground out in the 4th inning. This is his 3rd plate appearance. He has a 3-1 count on him right now. Got the corner, so now we will be at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Reached on that one, and they're going to call him out on a strikeout. So that will be Hudson Abel's first strikeout. Now we'll move to the top of the order, Ben Jeffries. Jeffries has struck out twice, and he also has a 2-run RBI in the 2nd inning. So 2 of those 4 runs are his being batted in. Pitch outside. Called strike. So the Bulldogs need at least a 6-run rally here to tie the game up. Strike number 2, and Jeffries has to be on the defensive side and protect the plate. Pitch outside. Umpire calls time. Got him swinging, and that'll be 2 consecutive strikeouts by Abel. And that will bring up Cole Smith.
Batters now shortstop, Cole Smith. Hail on that.
Shortstop for SKIATOOK, wearing jersey number 2, Cole Smith, has been hit by a pitch, and then he was walked the last time up, and he's 1 for 1 from the plate. He also scored a run in the 1st inning. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch is a strike. So Cole Smith has to defend the plate against their closer here. Abel can close the game out right here. And an outside pitch will be a 1-2 count. Inside. So we're even up at 2-2. If Abel can shut down Smith right here, the game is the Saints. That one bounces into the catcher's gear. And we're back to a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Abel's danced around the strike zone. Let's see if he can find it this time. And low, so that would be ball number 4. Cole Smith will reach the bases for the second consecutive
base on balls.
time being walked. That will bring up Zach Hale.
The batter is the third baseman.
Hale walked last time up.
Robinson on deck.
In the second inning, he flew out to the center fielder. And in the first inning, he walked and scored a run. So I will say the Saints pitchers have a hard time keeping their ball cap on. Two balls, no strikes, the count. Swing and a miss by Hale. Trying to pick off on first base, and Smith able to get back comfortably. Catcher calls time and wants to have a talk with Abel. I believe the catcher is Gregory. Umpire wanted to call that one a strike. Thought about it for a minute. We're at a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. SKIATOOK still working. Zach Hale at the plate. 3-2 count. And ball was low, so that will advance the runner to second as he will take a base on balls. So after 2 consecutive strikeouts, now we have 2 consecutive base on balls. Now up to bat is Dylan Robinson, the designated hitter. Robinson has yet to reach the base, struck out in the first inning, and ground out in the third and flew out in the 5th. So here we are in the 7th inning, and his first one he fouls off back behind the Saints dugout. Got him reaching on that one. Robinson in the hole now. Abel can end the game right here. Outside pitch. Now, reminder, coming up next, we'll have the Saints versus Sperry. The Sperry Pirates will come up after this game. We're running a little ahead of schedule, so I'm sure that game will start a little earlier. Puts this one into play. Third baseman gobbles it up. Digs it in first, and ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as he grounds out to third base. And that'll be all for us as the Saints The Oklahoma Christian School Saints takes the win 10-4 over the SKIATOOK Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. For myself, I'm Eric Shannon, along with all of our Bravado Wireless camera people and people in the trailer and everyone at the offices. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. We have 2 more games coming up here at the Fort Gibson Shootout.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.